If you've ever been told you're too much, pause. You're not broken. You're chosen. And that's why love feels impossible. I'm about to reveal 8 hidden truths about why chosen ones struggle in love. If you've ever felt this way, type "chosen" right now. This message found you for a reason. Hit subscribe because what I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. Let's start. Reason number 1. Your intuition scares people. Your intuition scares people. Here's proof. You're on a date. Everything looks perfect. They say all the right words, make all the right moves. But your gut screams liar. Your friends say you're paranoid. 3 months later, you find out they were talking to 5 other people the whole time. Sound familiar? This isn't paranoia, this is protection. You have spiritual X-ray vision. You don't just hear what people say, you feel what they mean. When someone tells you they're fine, you know they're breaking inside. When someone says they love you, you can feel if they really mean it. Most people live behind masks. They perform emotions they don't feel. But you see right through it all, and that makes people nervous. Your presence exposes their fake smiles, their hidden motives, their unspoken lies. They feel naked around you, not because you judge them, but because you see them. And most people would rather run than be truly seen. Reason number 2. Your love feels like fire. Your love feels like fire to people used to ice. When you love someone, you don't love them halfway. You don't love them when it's convenient. You love them with your whole soul, in their good moments and their broken ones. But most people have never experienced love like that. They're used to surface-level connections, weekend relationships, love with conditions and escape routes. Your love comes with no escape route because you don't need one. When you choose someone, you choose all of them, their light and their darkness, their strength and their scars. But that level of commitment scares people who aren't ready to be fully seen and fully known. Your love becomes a mirror that shows people their own limitations. And instead of rising to meet your energy, they ask you to lower yours. Remember this. Your love feels like fire to people used to ice. Reason number 3. You don't do small talk. You speak soul language in a small talk world. While everyone else is talking about the weather, you want to know what makes them feel alive. While they're discussing what happened on TV, you want to know about their dreams, their fears, their purpose. You don't do surface conversations because your soul craves depth. You want to know someone's story, not just their status. You want to understand their pain, not just their pleasures. But most people aren't ready for that level of connection. They want to keep things light, easy, comfortable. Your depth feels overwhelming to them. I've seen this happen countless times. Someone will be drawn to your energy, but when you start asking real questions, what's your biggest fear? What do you believe happens after death? When was the last time you felt truly alive? They suddenly become unavailable. Your conversations heal souls, but healing requires people to face parts of themselves they've been avoiding, and not everyone is ready for that kind of growth. Reason number 4, you have energetic boundaries. You protect your energy like a sacred temple. You've learned the hard way that not everyone deserves access to your inner world. You've been hurt by people who took your kindness for weakness, your openness for opportunity. So now you're selective. You observe before you trust. You watch patterns before you invest. You require consistency before you commit. People call this having walls or being hard to get to know. But you're not hard to know. You're sacred. And sacred things require the right approach. The average person wants instant access. They want your deep thoughts, your vulnerable moments, your full attention right away. But you've learned that energy shared too quickly often gets wasted. This frustrates people who are used to immediate gratification. They don't understand why they have to earn your trust, prove their intentions, show up consistently. But you're not playing games. You're protecting your peace. And people who get frustrated by your boundaries are usually the same people your boundaries are designed to keep out. Reason number 5. You trigger their unhealed parts. Your presence activates their shadow work. You don't even have to do anything. Just being yourself, authentic, genuine, unafraid to feel deeply, brings up all the parts of themselves that other people have buried. Your emotional honesty makes them face their emotional walls. Your spiritual awareness makes them question their spiritual emptiness. Your commitment to growth makes them uncomfortable with their comfort zones. It's like you're a walking invitation to evolve. But not everyone wants to evolve. Some people want to stay exactly where they are, even if where they are isn't serving them. I've watched people become hostile toward chosen ones for no apparent reason. The chosen one isn't doing anything wrong. They're just being themselves. But their authenticity is like a spotlight on everyone else's masks. Instead of using that discomfort as motivation to grow, many people choose to distance themselves from the trigger, which is you. Reason number 6. You've outgrown drama. You operate in peace while others operate in chaos. You've done your healing work. You've faced your demons, processed your trauma, and chosen peace over chaos. You don't create problems where none exist. You don't start fights to feel something. You don't need drama to feel alive. But a lot of people are addicted to chaos. They're comfortable with dysfunction because it's familiar. They mistake intensity for connection and conflict for passion. Your peace makes them uncomfortable because they don't know how to exist without drama. They don't know how to connect without conflict. They don't know how to feel alive without crisis. So they try to pull you into their chaos. They start unnecessary arguments. They create problems that don't exist. They mistake your peace for being boring, but you refuse to participate. You've worked too hard for your peace to let anyone disturb it. And that makes you seem difficult to people who haven't learned how to love in peace. Reason number 7. Your standards are non-negotiable. You know your worth and you won't settle. You've been through enough to know what you will and won't accept. You've experienced enough fake love to recognize real love. You've had enough toxic relationships to know what healthy looks like. Your standards aren't high. They're necessary. You require honesty because you've been lied to. You need consistency because you've been disappointed. You want genuine connection because you've wasted time on surface-level interactions. But in a world where people are used to getting away with the bare minimum, your standards feel impossible to meet. People would rather call you difficult than admit they're not ready for the kind of love you offer. They'd rather say you expect too much than acknowledge they're giving too little. But you'd rather be alone than be with someone who can't meet you where you are. And that level of self-respect intimidates people who haven't learned to respect themselves. Reason 38. You're preparing for something bigger. Number 8. You're being prepared for a love that matches your frequency. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Your difficulty in finding love is not a bug. It's a feature. It's not punishment. It's preparation. You're not meant to love or be loved casually. You're not designed for temporary connections or surface-level relationships. You're being prepared for a love that's as deep, as genuine, and as transformative as you are. But that kind of love is rare, and rare things take time to find. Every failed relationship, every rejection, every moment of loneliness has been teaching you something. It's been showing you what you don't want, so you'll recognize what you do want when it arrives. You're not hard to love. You're hard to love casually. You're not difficult. You're selective. You're not broken. You're sacred. If you recognized yourself in this video, understand this. You are not the problem. You never were. You're not too much for the right person. You're not too deep for the right conversation. You're not too intense for the right connection. Your love feels like fire to people used to ice, but the right person will dance in your flames. You're exactly what someone is praying for. Someone who can handle your depth, match your energy, and appreciate your authenticity. Until then, keep being exactly who you are. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. Don't lower your standards to make others feel adequate. The right person won't ask you to shrink. They'll kneel in awe of your depth. Until then, protect your fire. If this message found you at the right time, if you felt seen and understood, type "I am chosen" in the comments. Save this video and tag someone who loves like fire. Subscribe for more content that speaks to your soul, not just your surface. Remember, you're not hard to love. You're sacred. And sacred things are worth waiting for. The right person won't ask you to be less of yourself. They'll kneel in awe of your depth. Until then, protect your fire.